goes over for Kyle McEnany. McEnany will flip the puck into the zone. And, Jack, we didn't see Kyle McEnany find the back of the net yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't have a scoring touch. He had a couple of nice plays in the offensive zone where he drove to the net, forced some good shots, but he was off the score sheet, and it was a rarity for him, but he didn't need to score for Danbury to be successful. They still got in the victory column. They ended that long 11-game losing streak, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day.
Long is correct. Danbury's previous win was back on November 24th, so good for the boys in orange to get that monkey off of their back. Now a loose puck in the neutral zone is picked up by Misha Mashar. The Belarusian with a shot into the glove of Andrew
Neil McCarthy, who had to leave the game at the end of the second period, and he's not on the bench today for Elmira, so there's obviously some lingering issues, I think, from the hit where he collided or was collided with by Misha Mashar, and that's why Engel's now playing 4 periods, or 5, I should say.
Is Shane O'Brien. O'Brien has a personal record of 8 wins, 10 losses, a goals against average of .355, a save percentage of 89.1. He has not seen the puck yet as a backhand shot gets deflected away. Getting in the middle of that was William Darling. Early offensive opportunity for the Colonials. Here's DeCola. Off the board, somehow manages to keep it in the zone is Danbury. A shot by Weber gets roofed up out of
sharp because Donovan, just a quick turnaround shot with the backhand. You have to keep your head on a swivel if you're the goaltender with these guys around the ice.
Mishar's shot. Kevin Remsen and Misha Mashar up front now for the orange and black. At the point, it's Cole Madzey. He gives to Mashar. Mashar has some trouble with it, eventually recovers. Mashar now goes back to Madzey. Madzey stepping in, a shot saved by Engel. Mashar picks up the rebound. He'll switch spots with Madzey. Goes over far side for Ryan Wojciechowski. Wojciechowski back for Madzey out of the zone. Always a shame when you clear the puck yourself.
Yes.
Here's Mastroni sending it into the far side just as quickly. Getting there is Lou DeCola. He'll send it all the way down the ice with 25 to go on the power play.
And Elmira's lucky. They had Kevin Remsen was in front. Oh,
turnover by O'Brien. Liebold right there. Takes out Mashar, lost possession of the puck. Now here comes Remsen, a shot off the glove of Engel and out of.
Doesn't help, but it's tough for them right now to get out of the zone.
Off the draw, Darling will wrap it around to the far side. Finds its way out of the zone. Cole Madzey at the red line, gives it along for Turner. Turner knocked off the puck, and it'll be Jeffrey Walton sending it down late. You know, Jack, I thought Walton had a very good game for Elmira yesterday.
Yeah, he was a pest in front. He had really, really good time, and when you're creating good moves on your forecheck, you're creating that time, it's going to create some success for your team. He had the puck, forced a couple turnovers in the Danbury zone, and he used it to their advantage.
McEnany sees his shot. It's been a perfect 8 for 8 so far in the save department as DeCola this time sees the puck hop over his stick. Mastroni battling for it. McEnany behind the net. 15 seconds to go on the first half of this power play. Wrapped around the boards, out of the zone once again. Brandon Cope will have to retrieve. And Elmira is halfway through this 4-minute penalty kill. So here's Cope starting things out. He'll swing it over to the far side for Cole Madzey. Madzey chipping one off the boards. Cope gets wiped out on the play, no call. And now a shorthanded breakaway in, saved by O'Brien, and that's Elmira's first shot on goal in this game.
And it was the biggest save of the game so far. Shane O'Brien, no shots to compare to so far, so he's got to put right into the fire. Sometimes when you don't see shots for that long, you get a little cold. He answered the door.
Good to see Kevin Remsen back out on the ice, hopefully not leaking. Sent around for Mastroni. Now Wojciechowski, a shot kicked aside by Engel. Wojciechowski again with the puck at the blue line. Gives along for Mastroni. Mastroni goes over to Madzey. Madzey, his shot gets blocked, and Fuller will send it all the way down.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Block some shots, getting the shooting lanes, and with the second unit out there.
Engel, he picks up his own rebound. Canceled out by Land. Donovan and Land still pinned up against the boards. John Costa, fresh out of the box, sends one in front of the cage, and then everybody comes together
takes his time and then wrists it over. Plenty of time for Engel to get himself square and make the easy save.
And that's a great point, Jack, because if Weber does take that one-timer, Engel's still on the far post. He's got a great opportunity to find the back of the net. We saw, in the Danbury Hat-Tricks game last night, Casper Dierson scoring a goal from that exact same spot.
Well, you take it one time, and if you have the space to do so, you're on the power play. There's no – if you swing and miss, there, you swung and missed. But if you connect, that puck's going into the back of the net, and you're going to feel pretty good about it.
Puck being battled for at the Elmira blue line. Coming up with it is Myers. Myers will flip one over to the far side. It goes over the head of Cole Madzey. Picking it up and taking the shot on goal was Sal. After it, Turner, one hand on his stick, comes up with the puck. A backhand shot fought off by Engel.
Wow, and then the effort play there by Turner, just using that one hand, so strong on the stick to poke that free.
Here's Fogelgren seeing the puck and poked off of his stick by Franklin Berry. Berry sends it into the corner where Liebold's waiting for it. Delayed call coming up. It's against Danbury. Shot from the point into the glove of Shane O'Brien. 18.4% of their power plays. Danbury, they're in the middle of the pack, 13th overall. They kill off 78.5 of their power play, or of their penalties. Here is Lefkoff absorbing a hip check, and Liebold swings over far side for Fogelgren. Javon Fogelgren into the zone. He'll wrap this one around the boards. Lefkoff will be the first one there for Danbury. If he can get it off the boards, he can get it out, and he does. Fogelgren again. This time turning it over. Dylan Weber going the other way. 1-on-2. Softly towards the goal. Engel will simply steer it into the corner. And Murphy will go back behind the net for Miller. Miller with Madzey all over him. You usually don't see a defenseman as the first forechecker on the penalty kill. Cope is able to send it back into the Elmira zone. 50 seconds gone by. Here's Donovan stealing a pass in front of the Elmira bench, but Murphy will take it right back, given along from Miller. Madzey off the body of Miller. Donovan just sees this puck behind him. He was hoping it would roll over to his stick. No sale there. And then lots of slashing behind the play, but the referee allows them to continue. Here is Murphy into the Danbury zone. His shot gets deflected out of play. Face off. They wanted to start poking holes in the insulation. They could. Reminds me of my rink down in Washington, D.C. We had a sloped ceiling. So on the one side where the grandstand is, you got about 40 feet to play with.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side where the benches are, you could stand on the ice, take your stick, and poke.
Tap it.
Yeah, poke the ceiling tiles. It actually worked into a nice thing of home ice advantage for us. We'll get to that in a moment as it's John Kosa into the Danbury zone. Kosa, one hand on his stick, circles behind the cage. Swung down low for Fogelgren. Fogelgren back along for Kosa, and stepping up to break it up is Franklin Berry. Back down the ice, no icing on the play. So this was back when the new delay of game rule came out, where if you send it out, it's an automatic delay of game, which when you're trapped in your own end is really annoying to deal with. However, we quickly realized if you send it off the ceiling and not out of play, it was just a whistle and you could get the change. I might have spent a little too much time talking to referees, but
Elmira's got to do a better job at having somebody pick up the puck carrier.
Off the draw, backhand shot saved by Engel. He'll hold on, and Andrew Engel
so strong, good rebound control, and you see how many times he uses that glove. It's just really, really sharp goaltending.
Sent back into the Danbury zone. It's Madzey canceling out a Sauerball. Sauerball and Madzey still pushing and shoving in the corner. Now the puck finds its way over to them again. Sauerball falls down to the ice. Sauerball and Madzey still going at it. They're getting awfully acquainted. Now poked up. This is Colpine. Colpine knocked off the puck by Machar. Turnaround shot goes through the blue paint but wide. Darling pinching in from the point. Gets met by Franklin Berry. Sent out of the zone. Chasing after this is Palameke. And icing will be called
against Shane O'Brien. Haven't been offensive sequences. They've been more guys just getting involved and eventually getting in towards the net. And that's it. There's no sustained attack from Elmira so far.
Looking to change that is Elmira's first unit of Fogelgren, Kosa, and Liebold. It's Fogelgren on the forecheck. Liebold has this go off of his stick. Misha Machar will pick it up. Machar eventually ends up in the possession of Nate Mastroni, but just as quickly he lost it to Skinner. Under a minute to go. 7th game in a Danbury uniform. He's still looking for his first point of the season. Off the draw, it's Thomas Liebold racing up ahead into the Danbury zone. Liebold, a backhand shot off the post and out. Elmira thinks it's in, but the referee says play on. McEnany leaves one up ahead for Turner. Turner tries swiping one towards the cage, but he missed wide.
Wow, I do not know where that puck lies on the goal line. It looks like it hits the bottom of the crossbar.
A shot the other way. Donovan on the ice along with Sam Miller as the only defenseman. One back for Fogelgren. Now Miller along for Liebold. Turned over. Colby Donovan, he could be off to the races. He gives it along for Kyle McEnany. McEnany shorthanded, sends it wide. Danbury had a shorthanded goal yesterday, nearly with 2 on the weekend.
Yeah, great idea, too, by Donovan. He keeps his stick on the ice, pokes it free on the pass attempt, and then he just leads Kyle McEnany in a perfect pass. And I think McEnany just a little bit rushed with his shot, with Elmira bearing down behind him.
Oh, it's Elmira and Thomas Liebold in particular as McEnany's another shot goes wide. Donovan will send it behind the net, and he'll go off, or rather McEnany will go off for a change. Donovan will stay out there with 45 seconds gone by on Elmira's power play. Sent into the zone by Miller softly. Franklin Berry tries sending it along the boards, fans on it. Kosa and Fogelgren both poking a stick in, trying to free it up. Fogelgren will have it. On his backhand, Fogelgren goes back to Liebold at the point, but it jumps over Thomas Liebold's stick, and he'll retreat back from Miller. Sent back down deep once again. This will go take the whole roulette wheel all the way around. Liebold send it down to intercepted by Weber. Weber will be able to clear. Dylan Weber from the neutral zone bounces one wide. What, you think Danbury wants to score another one from behind the red line?
They've done that well so far.
Off the draw. First unit for Elmira on the ice as Liebold sends it behind the cage, but Donovan in the first unit of Danbury. This is McEnany along for Donovan. Sent down deep. Turner will chase after it. He is met by Jared Meyer. Sent out of the zone. Franklin Berry is able to poke it off the stick of Liebold. Nice play by Kosa to regain possession. John Kosa a shot into the paraphernalia of defenseman Cole Madzey. At the point, McEnany's able to get it on out. A 3-on-1 developing. Here's Kyle McEnany sending it across for Donovan. Liebold on the back check. Go off of his stick, and he'll come off for an obedient change.
Yeah, Keola's found that soft spot in the neutral zone a couple of times, just been unable to connect with him. Pass a little bit out of reach there. Hot pass, tough to handle.
Franklin Berry. He'll give back for Cole Madzey. Madzey, one of the 3 players Danbury will be sending to the NA3HL Top Prospects Tournament next month in Attleboro, Massachusetts. Kyle McEnany and Colby Donovan will join him up in the Bay State. Now it's John Kosa. Knocked off his stick by Weber. Berry tries going around the cage. Fogelgren waiting for it. Now Cope sends it off the backside of Kosa. A little 13-on-13 crime there. Berry this time sends it behind the cage, and Kevin Remsen will wait for it to get to him. Remsen for Madzey. Far side Cope. He'll flip it wide of the cage into the near side corner. Easily controlled by DeCola as he shrugs off a check from Madzey. Off the boards now Fogelgren. Along for Fuller. 3-on-2 into the zone. Pass was behind for Leopold. Remsen and Fuller come together. Weber is able to collect the puck. And he finds Brandon, well, rather, pass was behind Brandon Cope. Weber now following up on it, has the puck into the Elmira zone. Weber shot, saved, and a dangerous rebound goes through the slot. Eagles are able to clear.
That was the biggest rebound of the day so far, Zach. Right off the pad, and too busy thinking about the Super Bowl and
it happens.
Making sure I had the $20 for the box.
It's 2 minutes for roughing, according to public address announcer Casey Brown. Contact head coach at Kevin Cunningham at kevincunningham4 at hotmail.com. Not Yahoo, Hotmail.
He's old school. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Here's Liebold coming in, his shot right into the breadbasket of O'Brien. No rebound given. Myself, I'm excited.
Give the arena a call, whatever you have to do. However you want to get the $20 to get your Super Bowl box. You know, there's not that many left.
No, there's not that many left. The game's tomorrow, so we're getting close to the end And I know that besides, the regular credit card thing, they accept Venmo, PayPal, and all those new fun things that I am far too old to understand. Back at the ranch, 45 seconds gone by on the Elmira power play as they're struggling to get the puck out of their own end. Here's Skinner going along for Darling, who will wrap this one around the boards. O'Brien sees it go over his stick, but right onto the twig of Cole Madzey, and he sends it back down once again. Halfway through this game, both teams still looking for the first goal as this pass finds its way into the slot. Thomas Liebold is there to knock it away, but his outlet pass intended for Liam Murphy gets flexed back in by Franklin Berry.
Well, Liebold's had a much better period. Good positioning. Obviously, that shot on goal was impressive. Look at him here.
Liebold left it for Fuller. Back at the point, it's DeCola. Check that, Murphy with the puck. Pass intended back for Murphy, intercepted by Colby Donovan. Donovan trying to split the defense. He's hauled down from behind, and then from his stomach.
A good job to close up and make that save and not let that puck leak free. Really nice job. But again, John Kosa just so tough when you're that fast.
Well, when you're that fast and you're that talented as well. He's cutting in across the goal line. And a shot, score! For Donovan, it is his 21st goal of the season. That ties him with Brandon Cope for the team lead. Kyle McEnany will get the primary assist. And Danbury with new life. Keola sends one over the top of the cage.
He's been in good spots all day long, Zach. That one just close. Just whizzed it by.
I think this might be the best game that we've seen from Ryan Keola so far.
Well, his positioning is what's really, really positive for him. He's just loosening up to the game. You could see he's just getting better and better each day.
O'Brien with a nice save off of a deflection back at the Elmira blue line. It is Oliver Land sending one into the Danbury zone. Franklin Berry will stop it before the goal line, and he'll simply fling it all the way down the ice. Icing is called. And Lefkoff, by shutting down that pass, forces the shot, and, well, Shane O'Brien's been on so far. Behind the net, it's Dylan Weber. He'll play this off the glass as far as the red line, where it's sent back the other way, and Jeffrey Walton runs into a wall named Cole Madzey. Walton with another opportunity. Madzey meets him again. Weber, big hit at the blue line. Brandon Cope on the receiving end of a William Darling shot. Well, you didn't hate seeing those passes.
Yeah.
This shot gets ripped wide by Murphy. Madzey. Now Murphy again. Murphy going behind the cage, looking for an option. Sends one into an area. It's picked up by Walton, who he scored! First shots I think Elmira's had from that slot area as well.
You made the point that they're not really getting in that spot, but a turnover allows you to get there, and he did not miss.
Cope launches one up for Madzey. That's well offsides. The face
hustle.
Yeah,
holy cow.
Sam Miller sprinting around the outside of the net as he looks for a skate sharpener somewhere. As you can see him going off to the left there. Either way, back on the ice. This is Liebold swiping it back on down. O'Brien with Miller on the other side of the glass. Now Berry back for Madzey. Palameke. Mastroni doing battle with Oliver Land. Land with the advantage sends it back into the Danbury zone. Now it's Berry. Madzey. Liebold on the forecheck. Liam Murphy in support comes up with it. Murphy using his body to defend the puck. Had an option in front of the net in the form of Ethan Fuller.
Picked them up.
He's angry because McEnany missed that long stretch pass, a few minutes ago. Well, Donovan certainly was at the end of his shift. It's Remsen and Weber now out as the penalty killers. Fuller will send it down deep. Connor Lefkoff, Cole Madzey complete the penalty kill unit for Danbury, and it's Lefkoff who sends it all the way down the ice. Weber will skate down to apply pressure as Lou DeCola will come out from behind his own net. 25 to go on the power play. Turned over. DeCola for the second time. Connects up ahead with Walton. Pass was behind Fuller. Looking for an icing is Danbury, but there's none coming. So Weber trying to clear the puck out Walton, a good job holding strong on the boards. That's the second one that he's knocked down. Walton with the puck in his skates. Weber gives for Madzey, and Madzey will wrap it along the glass, not out. Power play has expired. Fresh out of the box is Franklin Berry. Berry chasing after his puck. One hand on his stick, he's able to come up with it. Nice job to get around Fuller, but the pass was too far for Remsen. No icing on the play, and Danbury will change 4 players. Under 2 minutes to go now in the second. Turner, fresh off the bench, sees this one go past him. Fuller sends it back down into the Danbury zone. O'Brien will leave it for Cole Madzey. Madzey, a long pass, goes over the stick of Donovan, so no icing on the play. Ian Skinner sends around far side for Liebold. Liebold manages to connect with Kosa in stride. John Kosa with speed, top of the circle. His shot goes high and wide.
Really good play there by Wojciechowski. He knew he was going to get beat if he started skating backwards. He turns his hips and just tries to match the...
Donovan scores! Cope gets it into the Elmira zone. Drops off for Palameke. Palameke goes behind the net for Cope. Cope tries feeding Palameke once again. At the point, Lefkoff, he'll have to be quick. Ran into him. Coming back to the Elmira locker room between the second and third period. He's happy with his footwear now. Just over a minute gone by here in the third. 28-14, your shots on goal through 2 periods of play, as Elmira actually outshot Danbury in that second period.
But they did. They had a couple of really good chances, and one went into the back of the net thanks to Jeffrey Walton, who's been a menace all series long.
He has certainly played well, has Walton. Into the near side corner, this is Jared Meyer. Meyer gets it as far as the red line before Franklin Berry sends one off the stick of Kevin Remsen and back into the Elmira end. Miller, some fresh skates on his feet, gives it along off the stick of Walton. Berry back to retrieve, flips along for Weber. Weber turns it over. Fuller, a shot, he didn't miss by much.
Yeah, O'Brien saw that late, tried to flash that pad up there, but the shot was already well wide.
Lefkoff trying to clear out. That goes off the boards by Remsen. Icing is called, and the faceoff will come back.
We'll just see if they have enough in the tank. Still only 15 shots on goal through 2+ periods. It's not a high number and needs to continue to climb for them to get those good chances.
Remsen finds Cope. Cope gives back for Lefkoff. Lefkoff will gain the blue line, take a shot into the glove of Andrew Angle, and that looks like
Elmira's able to corral that puck and make sure that things are cleared.
35 now remains on the power play as smoked out from behind the net is Connor Lefkoff. Nice forecheck being put on by Fogelgren. Now Cole Madzey softly into the Elmira zone, just as quickly sent back the other way. Javon Fogelgren, short-handed, top of the circle, cutting towards the goal, a save by O'Brien, and then Fogelgren goes hard into the boards.
Yeah, he was ridden there by Ryan, or I think it was Turner. Yeah, it was. That was just some indirect contact. Sometimes those hits can get a little bit dangerous just because of how the players will slide into the boards.
2 seconds and 1. Elmira has killed off their third penalty of the game, but they trail by 1 5.5 minutes into this third period. It's Ryan Wojciechowski, the defenseman, from the blue line off the knob of the stick of Angle. And then Mastroni deflects on the ice, as it'll be Colby Donovan and Brandon Cope up front as the penalty killers. Elmira stays with the same 5. Franklin Berry off the boards. Donovan gets the puck out of the zone. Touched by a high stick by Miller. Donovan right there to take it back. Now Berry behind his own cage. Gives along Madzey, and Madzey will clear the full 200.
Yeah, you can do that with a man in the box. Just throw it down the length of the ice.
Donovan forces a turnover, tries finding Cope in the slot, intercepted by Thomas Liebold. Now here comes Liebold, gaining speed at the blue line. He'll wind and fire into the glove of Shea.
That right, Zach. Referee loses sight, thinks it might be under the pads of O'Brien. That's why he's got the quick whistle.
Well, O'Brien basically spread eagle on the ice, makes the save. And, if Walton has the opportunity to lift that puck, it's finding its way into the goal.
Absolutely, because the goaltender's body is out of the play. It's just the right pad that's there. So you get it up over that foot, it's fine.
Mastroni, bodies flying everywhere in the Elmira end, but the referee's arm stays down. Fogelgren Goes over far side for Liebold. From the blue line into the breadbasket.
You need to. We got sweatshirts and long sleeve T-shirts if you'd like.
Super Bowl boxes.
Super Bowl boxes. What can be better than a nice box to support the Colonials? And
you know, you win that Super Bowl box, you can afford plenty of merchandise.
yeah, why not? Buy out the house.
There you go.
Buy a couple jerseys. Different colors.
That'd be nice. You know, you get the full gamut there. Weber from the neutral zone. It's blocked. Up ahead on a breakaway is Ethan Fuller. A backhand shot saved by O'Brien, as O'Brien had an opening in the 5-hole, and then Ethan Fuller gets run into the boards. He's very slow to get up. Yeah,
that's Franklin Berry who makes the back check. Just gets that stick down. Might have gotten away with a slash, and then comes back down, finishes his check a little bit late too, and Fuller gets the brunt of it.
Remsen's shot gets blocked. Cope looking for a quick pass, but Mastroni is now covered. Cope still in the corner. Kosa there, but Mastroni will come up with it. Giving back to Wojciechowski. Wojciechowski fakes the shot and then, well, mostly fanned on it. Flipped up ahead, out of the reach of Liam Murphy. O'Brien will come out to play it. He'll send it into the far side corner. Now Nate Mastroni picks up Misha Mashar. Mashar 2-on-2 into the zone. Takes a hip check a bit far. Kosa watching him closely. Kosa and Donovan along the boards. Neither can come up with the puck as it's Liam Murphy playing one off the skates of Sauerball. Murphy was tripped up in the neutral zone. On the far wall, given along Fogelgren. Fogelgren falls down on the play, and Danbury should be able to clear as McEnany with a little assist gets it as far as the red line.
Yeah, Danbury playing a little bit more lockdown, conservative, not necessarily looking for some offensive chances. They're just trying to focus on staying sound defensively.
Here's Zach Turner into the Elmira zone. His shot off the glove of Engel. He'll collect
down right now, and the 1-goal deficit should be enough to get their wheels moving. And they're doing some good things around the goaltender. I think they just need 1 or 2 extra bodies to kind of cloud Shane O'Brien's vision right now, because he's making saves very easily. He's not being challenged too much. They're good slap shots, but he's not being challenged in terms of, you know, trying to fight through traffic to find the puck.
And keep in mind, you know, at the end of the first period, Danbury was out shooting Elmira by a 21-4 margin. And Elmira, as true to what you said, they have certainly worked their way back into the conversation, but they still trail by 1 with under 6.5 to go as this pass is too far for Brandon Cope. And there's the icing call. Disagreeing with that, you hear the Elmira coaching staff screaming as well. Either way, back underway is Madzey with the puck on its edge in the corner. Comes out towards the high slot, a turnaround shot. Unable to get most of that with Sauerball. Now Cope. Flipped up over the Hat Tricks Rabbit logo at center ice. O'Brien sees it back.
A chance for Kyle McEnany. The rebound chance came loose. And then crashing on in, McEnany had actually a couple of good chances on that last sequence.
It's rare to see Thomas Liebold make a mistake like that. Turned over a shot, fought off by O'Brien as Brandon Cope had trouble controlling the pass. Kosa looking for his second goal in as many games. Now Weber for Cope. Cope driving to the outside, trying to beat DeCola with speed. A backhand shot goes behind the net. Wojciechowski pinching in, keeps it alive. Wojciechowski again, this time Remsen sends one short of the near side. Sent out of the zone, and Cole Madzey will certainly take his time as he gives along for Wojciechowski, and now McEnany. Jack, you're right, it's all dump and chase.
Giving up a lot of goals, 4, 5, 6 goals. We were used to seeing that from Danbury's defense. Not so much in this series. They've been sound defensively. Shane O'Brien's had a very solid weekend.
Weber hits the post with the shot as he caught angles unaware. Remsen tries feeding Cope. Instead, it'll be Liebold. Through the legs of Fogelgren, we have a whisk.
Look at that.
Well, they were trying to spring Fogelgren. McEnany was able to sniff it out. Darling gives to Fogelgren now. And up ahead for Kosa. Kosa separated from the puck by Turner. Turner and Kosa still going at it. It's sent off the boards. No icing on this play as Skinner will take it. And we're under 2 to play. Skinner off the boards. Turner will come on in. He'll send one that goes, well, takes an interesting pop off the boards. That caught right on the top of the dasher. Now Donovan. Quick shot goes wide. Liebold will pick up the loose puck, but he sends it off the skates of Cole Madzey right back into the Elmira zone. Here's Skinner. Gets around Donovan, gets around McEnany. Skinner still with the puck, top of the circle, looking for an option. Flings one through the top of the crease, nobody home. 90 seconds to go. Berry, a weak backhander, gets as far as the red line. Liebold, he'll send one in on goal, and O'Brien punches this one out of play. A left-handed shot is going to try to win this for Liebold. Instead, on a 50-50 draw, it's knocked out of the zone. 10 seconds to go. DeCola up along the boards. Liebold gets it into the Danbury end. Quickly swung out by Madzey. Flipped out of the zone. 2 seconds and one. And the Danbury Colonial